Lesson number 13, Directions and Maps. North, South, East, West. Guess which picture is in which direction and complete the table. Picture, direction, picture, direction. Now answer the questions given below. Which directions could you guess correctly? Which directions did you find it difficult to guess? Which are the main directions that you learnt last year? Can you tell the pictures of the mountain, well, street lamp, and fort are not towards the main directions? Find out between which two main directions they are located and write your answer in the table below. Picture, mountain, well, street lamp, fort. Main directions north and west. Many things lie between two main directions. To determine the direction in which they lie, we use subdirections. Can you tell? Study the following circle of directions and subdirections carefully. Note the subdirections that lie between every two adjacent main directions. You will find that the name of every subdirections begins either with north or south. Now look at the objects given at the beginning of the lesson once again. Check your answers and correct them if necessary. North, northeast, northwest. South, southeast, southwest. East, west. Draw the diagram showing the directions and subdirections on a small card. It is known as a compass rose. We will use this compass rose later in the lesson. Do you know directions are always parallel to the ground? That is why a map must always be aligned to the local directions. This makes it easier for us to understand the map and the region. Use your brain power. Use the compass rose made earlier to read the map given above. Place the rose on bead and make a list of all the districts that are situated along the main directions and sub-directions. Repeat this activity for other districts. Place the rose at the center of our state and note the location of your district in the state. Places in our surroundings are often located at some distance from one another. These places are also large in size. Maps are comparatively quite small. Therefore, the distance between these places has to be shown in a very limited space on a map. When we draw pictures of houses, mountains, and people, we draw them to fit the size of the paper we are drawing on. It is the same while drawing maps. While drawing a map, the distance between two places on the ground has to be shown in such a way that it fits the paper. The distance on the map is proportionate to the distance on the ground. Try to understand this with the help of the picture given here. Use your brain power. The distance between Rasika and Reshma's houses is 10 kilometers. The scale used on the map is 1 centimeter is equal to 1 kilometer. On the map, what would be the distance between the two houses? Using a ruler, draw the distance in your notebook. Always remember, directions and subdirections have been determined by man on the basis of the rising and setting of the sun. Thus, nature can be our guide. What's the solution? Ranjana and Julie are going on a picnic. They want to go from their residence to a garden. They have a map of the area. Help them find out the distance from their residence to the garden. Help them find out the direction of the garden from their residence. Ranjana and Julie's residence index hotel, office, central market, bus stop, garden, residence. What we have learnt: identifying subdirections, the compass rose, the proportionate nature of maps, the relation between distances on a map and on the ground.